Do you still find yourself yearning for things you thought would fade with age? Is there a deep desire within you that refuses to die out no matter how many years have passed? Well, you're not alone. In fact, this desire could be a sign of something wonderful, the vitality that comes with embracing life, even in your later years. In today's video, we're going to explore 8 powerful lessons that will help you not only embrace your desires, but also live a fulfilling life in old age, no matter what obstacles may come your way. From keeping your passions alive and adapting your goals to fit your current life, to turning those desires into a meaningful legacy, we'll dive into practical steps to make your dreams a reality. So if you're ready to rediscover what truly matters and learn how to live a life full of purpose and passion, stay with me as we uncover how to nourish those desires and make them work for you at any age. Lesson 1. Embrace the desire. It's a sign of vitality. Desire is often seen as something that fades with age, but in reality, it's quite the opposite. Having a deep desire, whether it's for passion, creativity, or purpose, actually signifies that your mind and body are still very much alive. As we age, it's easy to believe that certain passions or ambitions are reserved for the younger generation. However, that longing to create, explore, or learn something new is a vital part of what makes us human. It fuels the drive to keep going, sharpens our minds, and even strengthens our overall health. So if you still feel a burning desire inside you, don't ignore it. It's a reminder that you have energy, purpose, and life in your heart. Take the story of 72-year-old Margaret, for example. After retiring from a career in teaching, she thought she would finally relax and enjoy her time at home. But soon, she noticed a familiar yearning creeping back, this time for painting. Margaret had always loved art in her youth, but had put it aside for decades to focus on family and work. At first, she thought it was too late to start again. She believed her skills would be rusty, or that it was just not something people do at her age. But she couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing, so she decided to pick up a paintbrush once more. At first, Margaret struggled with the basics, but instead of feeling defeated, she found herself invigorated by the challenge. The more she painted, the more alive she felt. Her creativity began to flow, and she started exploring different mediums, from watercolors to oils. The process gave her a sense of purpose and joy she hadn't realized she was missing. Her mind was engaged, and she looked forward to her daily painting sessions. It wasn't about the end result. It was about rediscovering that spark of creativity she had long ago put on the shelf. Margaret's journey shows us that desire isn't something that fades with age. It evolves. When we allow ourselves to embrace our desires, we awaken parts of ourselves that have always been there, waiting to come alive. Desire can manifest in many ways, whether it's a creative hobby, a passion for learning, or a longing for connection. The key is to give ourselves permission to pursue it, regardless of our age. After all, your desires are a reflection of your inner vitality. Nurturing them can keep you mentally sharp and emotionally fulfilled. So don't dismiss those long-held dreams and passions. Whether you want to write, travel, dance, or start a new career, your desires are proof that you are still full of life. Embrace them. They are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of vitality, and they can help you live a more purposeful and vibrant life no matter how many years have passed. The desire within you is your personal compass, guiding you toward what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Lesson 2. Focus on the mindset. You're never too old. One of the most powerful tools we have as we age is our mindset. The way we think about ourselves and our abilities can dramatically impact how we approach life and pursue our desires. Many people believe that age is a barrier to achieving new things. But the truth is, it's not age that limits us, it's our mindset. With the right attitude, you can fuel your ambitions and make your dreams come true no matter how many years you've lived. It's about believing that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of growth, even later in life. Take the inspiring story of George, who at the age of 73 decided he was going to learn how to play the piano. For years, he had admired musicians and wished he could play an instrument, but he always told himself it was too late to start. One day, after seeing an older man perform at a concert, George made a bold decision. He was going to learn. He realized that his desire to play wasn't bound by age, and if he didn't start now, he would never know what he was capable of. So, with excitement and determination, he signed up for lessons. At first, George struggled with the basics, fumbling over the keys and forgetting his notes. But instead of feeling discouraged, he reminded himself that everyone starts somewhere. His mindset was key. He wasn't focused on being perfect, but on enjoying the process of learning. George practiced every day, slowly improving with each session. With each new song he learned, his confidence grew, and so did his sense of accomplishment. He became living proof that you're never too old to try something new, and that your mindset can turn any challenge into an opportunity for growth. What George's story shows is that your age doesn't define your potential. It's your mindset that holds the key to unlocking your future. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that certain things are only for the young. But when you open your mind to the possibility of growth and learning at any stage, you'll find that you can achieve so much more than you ever thought possible. The right mindset allows you to see challenges as opportunities, not obstacles. It pushes you to take risks and embrace the unknown, knowing that you have the capacity to adapt and thrive. So, if there's something you've always wanted to do, whether it's picking up a new skill, starting a new hobby, or even changing careers, remember, it's never too late. The right mindset is all you need to fuel your desire and keep moving forward. Just like George, you can achieve incredible things, and your age will only be a number on the path to your dreams. Keep believing in yourself, stay curious, and approach each new endeavor with the enthusiasm and determination of someone who knows that the best is yet to come. Lesson 3. Adapt your desires to your current life. As we age, our bodies and lifestyles change, but that doesn't mean our desires need to be put on hold. In fact, one of the most empowering things you can do is adapt your desires to your current circumstances. It's not about giving up on what you want, but finding creative ways to make it fit into your life now. Adapting your goals means recognizing what's possible for you at this stage in life. Whether that's modifying the way you pursue a passion or exploring new avenues you hadn't considered before, the key is to remain flexible and open to new ways of achieving your desires. This will not only make them achievable, but also deeply fulfilling. Take the story of 75-year-old Frank, who had always dreamed of traveling the world. In his younger years, he had backpacked across Europe and hiked through mountains. But after retiring, he faced new physical limitations. His knees and back weren't what they used to be, and he found that long flights and strenuous hikes weren't as appealing anymore. At first, Frank was disappointed, thinking his travel dreams might have to stay in the past. However, instead of giving up, he decided to adapt. He researched accessible travel options like guided tours with slower-paced activities, and focused on destinations that offered comfortable accommodations and shorter excursions. Frank's first trip was to a coastal town where he could explore nature's beauty without the physically demanding hikes. He enjoyed scenic boat rides, visited local museums, and savored the slow pace of life on the beach. The experience exceeded his expectations. He realized that adapting his travel style didn't mean compromising on his dream. It simply meant approaching it in a way that worked for him. Frank went on to visit more places, each time choosing trips that were tailored to his comfort level and physical abilities, while still allowing him to experience the world in a meaningful way. What Frank's journey shows is that the essence of your desire doesn't have to change. It's just the way you go about fulfilling it that may need some adjustments. By adapting your desires to your current life, you not only make them more attainable, but also discover new ways to enjoy them. This could be as simple as modifying a hobby to suit your current physical condition, or even shifting your focus to something that aligns with your new lifestyle. The possibilities are endless as long as you're open to making changes and flexible enough to find what works best for you. So if you have a desire to travel, learn, create, or explore, don't let the limitations of age hold you back. Adapt your desires to fit the life you have now, and you'll find that there's still very much within your reach. It's about making your dreams work with you, not against you, and knowing that it's never too late to live a fulfilling life on your own terms. Lesson 4. Prioritize health. Desires need energy. No matter how strong your desires are, they all require energy to be fulfilled. As we age, it becomes even more critical to prioritize our physical health, so that we have the stamina and vitality to pursue the things that matter most to us. Healthy habits, from eating well to exercising regularly, aren't just about longevity. They're about ensuring that we have the strength and energy to live the life we truly want. If you want to keep your passions alive and your ambitions high, You must take care of your body. After all, your physical health is the foundation that supports everything you want to achieve in your golden years. Consider the story of 68-year-old Emily, a retired graphic designer who had always enjoyed painting in her spare time. However, over the years, she noticed that her energy levels were dipping. She found it increasingly difficult to stay focused during long painting sessions, and even small tasks felt exhausting. At first, she brushed it off as part of aging, but then she realized that her creativity was being stifled because her energy was low. Determined to get back to doing what she loved, Emily decided to take action by incorporating light exercise into her daily routine. She began with simple activities like walking, yoga, and stretching. Within a few weeks, Emily started to feel a difference. Not only was her energy returning, but she also felt more mentally alert and focused. With her newfound strength, she could spend hours painting again, losing herself in her creative process just as she did in her younger years. The exercise didn't just give her the physical energy she needed. It also boosted her mood and gave her a renewed sense of purpose. Emily realized that maintaining her health wasn't just about adding years to her life. It was about adding life to her years. By prioritizing her physical health, she was able to keep her creative passions alive and flourishing. What Emily's experience teaches us is that we often need to invest in our health to sustain our desires. Whether it's through light exercise, a balanced diet, or getting enough rest, taking care of your body ensures that you have the energy to chase after your dreams. It's easy to focus on the desires themselves and forget that they require a well-maintained vessel to thrive. You might be passionate about learning new skills, traveling, or even starting a business, but none of that is possible without good health to carry you through the process. So if you want to continue pursuing your desires with vigor, make your health a top priority. Incorporating simple daily habits that keep your body strong will give you the energy you need to live your best life and achieve the things you love. When you're physically well, you're mentally sharp and emotionally balanced, ready to tackle whatever you set your mind to. Lesson 5. Connect with like-minded people. Connect with like-minded people. One of the most powerful ways to fuel your desires, no matter your age, is by connecting with others who share your passions and interests. Building a community of like-minded people can provide the motivation, inspiration, and support you need to keep going. When we surround ourselves with others who understand our goals and dreams, we create an environment where our desires are nurtured and encouraged. Having a support system can keep you accountable, push you to try new things, and offer guidance when you need it most. After all, no journey is meant to be walked alone, especially one filled with passion and purpose. Take the story of 70-year-old Jack, who had always loved reading but found himself growing isolated after retirement. His once thriving book club had disbanded, and he struggled to find the motivation to read on his own. He knew he still had a love for literature, but without anyone to share his thoughts and discuss ideas with, reading started to feel like a solitary activity. One day, Jack decided to search for a new book club in his area. To his surprise, he found a vibrant group of fellow seniors who shared his enthusiasm for reading and discussing different genres. He joined the group and was immediately welcomed by members who were just as passionate as he was. The book club reignited Jack's love for reading. He found himself eagerly turning pages again, not just to satisfy his own curiosity, but to prepare for the lively discussions and debates at the next meeting. Being part of a community of readers gave him a sense of belonging and accountability that motivated him to finish books faster and dive deeper into new genres. Jack felt energized by the new connections he made and the shared experiences with others who had similar interests. This connection fueled his and reminded him that even in his later years, it was never too late to pursue the things he loved. What Jack's story shows is that finding a community can bring new life to your desires. Whether it's a group of artists, writers, gardeners, or travelers, joining forces with others who share your goals can reignite your passion and create a space for growth and inspiration. These communities provide a safe and encouraging environment where you can express yourself, learn from others, and find the motivation to continue pursuing your dreams. So, if you feel like your desires are slipping away, consider reaching out and connecting with others who share your interests. Whether it's through online forums, local clubs, or community centers, you'll find that being part of a group not only fuels your desire, but can also open doors to new friendships and exciting opportunities. Surrounding yourself with people who understand and encourage your passions can make all the difference in keeping those desires alive and vibrant. Lesson 6. Learn to let go of societal expectations. Lesson 6. Learn to let go of societal expectations. As we age, society often places subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, expectations on what we should or shouldn't be doing. There's a common narrative that once we reach a certain age, we should slow down, limit our activities, or even give up on certain passions or hobbies. These societal pressures can hold us back from truly living authentically and embracing the desires that bring us joy. The truth is, there's no expiration date on living fully, and it's essential to let go of these limiting beliefs. Embracing what makes us unique and pursuing what feels right, regardless of age, is a key step toward living a life filled with passion and fulfillment. Take the story of 72-year-old Eleanor, a retiree who had spent her entire life in a corporate job. After she retired, many people expected her to slow down, focus on her grandchildren, or simply relax. But Eleanor had other plans. To her taps. She had always been fascinated by dance but had never pursued it seriously. Most people in her social circle thought dancing was for younger generations, and she was often told that at her age it might be too late to start. But Eleanor decided to ignore these conventional expectations. She signed up for a beginner salsa class at her local community center, determined to embrace a hobby she had always dreamed of. At first, Eleanor felt a bit out of place, surrounded by younger people who had years of dance experience. However, she quickly realized that her desire to dance was far stronger than any societal judgment. Eleanor's body was still agile, and her love for rhythm and movement was undeniable. She threw herself into the classes with enthusiasm and quickly became a favorite among the group. Over time, Eleanor gained confidence, and her passion for dancing became something that brought her joy every single week. She didn't care about what others thought. She simply embraced the joy of moving her body to music at any age. What Eleanor's story teaches us is that letting go of societal expectations is one of the most liberating things we can do as we age. Instead of conforming to the idea that certain hobbies or passions are for younger generations, we can redefine what it means to live an authentic life. Eleanor didn't let the idea of what people at her age should do stop her from doing something that made her truly happy. She defied conventional norms and showed that it's never too late to start something new, no matter what society may say. So if you have a desire or passion that society tells you is too old for you, let it go and embrace it anyway. By freeing yourself from these expectations, you open up the opportunity to live an authentic, fulfilling life driven by what truly matters to you. Remember, the only age limit that exists is the one we place on ourselves. The world is full of possibilities, and it's never too late to start living the life you've always imagined. Lesson 7. Use your desires to create a legacy. Lesson 7. Use your desires to create a legacy. As we age, one of the most fulfilling things we can do is channel our desires and passions into creating a lasting legacy. Tate. Instead of letting our dreams fade with time, why not transform them into something that will outlive us and make a meaningful impact on the next generation? Whether it's passing down knowledge, sharing stories, or teaching a valuable skill, our desires can serve as a bridge between generations, leaving something that will inspire and guide those who come after us. By using what we love to create something tangible and meaningful, we ensure that our legacy lives on far beyond our years. Take the story of 75-year-old Frank, a lifelong woodworker with a passion for crafting intricate furniture. Frank had spent decades perfecting his craft, but it wasn't until his retirement that he realized how much knowledge and skill he had accumulated over the years. Rather than simply continue crafting for himself, Frank decided to teach his grandchildren how to carve and shape wood, passing down his craft and wisdom to them. Every weekend, Frank would sit down with his grandchildren in his workshop, showing them the tools, techniques, and patience required to turn a rough piece of wood into a beautiful work of art. Through these moments, Frank wasn't just teaching his grandchildren how to work with their hands. He was sharing his values of patience, persistence, and the importance of pursuing craftsmanship with passion. His grandchildren were captivated, not just by the process of woodworking, but by the stories Frank told about each piece he created, the lessons learned, and the memories tied to his craft. As they grew older, his grandchildren developed their own skills and even started creating their own pieces of furniture, continuing the legacy of their grandfather. What Frank's story illustrates is how our desires can be a powerful tool for creating a legacy. Whether it's through teaching, writing, or simply sharing our life experiences, we have the ability to leave behind something of value that others can build upon. By channeling our passions into meaningful actions, we help shape the future and ensure that the lessons and skills we've learned are carried forward. Our desires don't just end with us, they can be the foundation for something lasting and impactful. If you have a desire or passion that's been with you for years, consider how you can use it to make a difference in the lives of others. Perhaps you have stories to tell, lessons to share, or a skill to teach. The legacy you create today can serve as a guiding light for future generations, providing them with knowledge, inspiration, and a connection to your unique journey. By using your desires to create a legacy, you not only fulfill your own passions, but also leave a meaningful imprint on the world. Blank. Lesson 8. Seek fulfillment in the little things. Sometimes, we think that in order to find true fulfillment, we need to make drastic changes or chase big life-altering goals. But the truth is, fulfillment can often be found in the small, everyday moments. Those little desires, when nurtured, create a deeply satisfying life. Whether it's spending more time with family, enjoying a cup of tea while watching the sunset, or reading a book you've always meant to pick up, these seemingly small desires can provide all the joy and contentment we need. It's not always about grand gestures. It's about savoring the simple pleasures that make life rich and meaningful. Take the story of Margaret, a 68-year-old grandmother who had spent her younger years working long hours, often missing out on moments with her family. After retiring, Margaret found herself feeling disconnected from her children and grandchildren. She longed for a deeper connection but didn't want to overwhelm anyone with grand gestures or big plans. Instead, Margaret decided to focus on the little moments. She began inviting her grandchildren over for simple activities like baking cookies together or reading stories aloud. These were small desires, nothing too extravagant, but they brought her immense joy. One afternoon, as Margaret and her granddaughter sat together reading a book on the porch, Margaret realized just how fulfilling these simple moments were. She didn't need to go on lavish vacations or plan elaborate events to feel connected. What truly mattered was being present, sharing these quiet times, and creating memories with her loved ones. Margaret's granddaughter, in turn, began to look forward to these visits, and they shared a bond that deepened with each passing week. The simple act of reading a book together became a cherished ritual that both of them valued deeply. What Margaret's story teaches us is that fulfillment doesn't always require major changes or achievements. The small desires, those quiet, simple pleasures, can bring the most contentment. Whether it's taking a walk in the park, tending to a garden, or calling a friend for a chat, these little acts can transform our days into a rich tapestry of joy. By focusing on the small things, we shift our perspective and learn to appreciate the beauty in what's already around us. So if you're feeling unfulfilled or like something is missing, consider looking at the simple things you might be overlooking. Maybe it's time to slow down and savor the small moments that fill your day. Fulfillment doesn't always come from big changes. It's often the quiet joys that make life truly worthwhile. By learning to appreciate the little things, you can create a life that feels rich, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. As we've seen, your desires, no matter how big or small, hold incredible power in shaping a fulfilling life at any age. Embrace them, adapt them, and find fulfillment in the little things because that's where true happiness lies. Remember, it's never too late to pursue what brings you joy, and you have the ability to leave a legacy that inspires those around you. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found these lessons helpful, don't forget to comment below with a 9 if you're ready to embrace your desires at any age, or a 0 if you're still reflecting on the possibilities. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Take care, and I'll see you in the next